Well, welcome to the vlog, or, well, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to do some maintenance on a generator. You can see the lights on the side are indicating something's up. I've already went by and unlocked the unit so I can lift the lid, which I'm going to prune back some of the trees. So, with any type of generator, you should have it hidden from the road behind trees. So, and it goes on, at least no one can see it, or you won't get your generator attacked, whatever the case may be. Again, I'm not one of these prepper people, but whatever the case may be, here it is. It's a Honeywell, but it's actually a Generac generator. I think this is like one of the Costco specials, like Honeywell symbols, but everything on it is like Generac. So you can see it's ready to run, but it says that you need a Schedule B service. So we've been keeping a log inside the machine what the schedule is. So schedule is simply oil change, it is spark plugs, and it is the air filter. So I'll show you that and how to do it. So supplies, I've got full synthetic motor oil. Now I've been using this, I'm going to use 530. I think the manual says for cold weather kit, I think you change it down to 530 or 1030. I have to read it again, but I've been using 530 and haven't really had any issues. Now, when you buy it, it comes with, you can buy the kit, the maintenance kit. It comes with spark plugs, you know, it comes with a nice little filter, stickers, air filter, and an oil filter. Well, unfortunately, I don't know where the oil filter is. It's a special oil filter, which I'll show you. So I gotta find the oil filter. Now you can either source it at your local output store, which is probably gonna be cheaper than buying this whole kit, but I needed the kit anyhow. So yeah, and I'll show you the process. It looks a little crazy, but it's super simple to do, and when you pay someone to come out and do this, it is super expensive. It is not cheap by any means of the imagination. I think it's like well over $100 for someone to come out and do your oil change on this, and I'll show you how simple it is. I do a little unfriendly things, but I'll show you how I do it. So stay tuned. So like I said, I do some unfriendly things, and this is probably what a certified technician wouldn't do, is I trimmed up and pruned away the branches away, so it makes it easier for me to get in here, pull the front door off. It's a good idea, so you know the branches aren't scratching up against the machine. So it's my unfriendly part, but makes it nice for me and a nice clear pathway. But I'll show you this door. Simply, once you got the lid off, it literally just pulls up, and I'll show you the front of the machine. And it actually has a drain tube. It's super simple. This is not a very hard process. And trust me, watching this video and giving it a shot, you can probably save yourself about $100 or more, depending on who has it and who does it. I know they charge upwards of $100 for someone to come out here and do this little servicing, and it's honestly not that big of a deal to do it. It's not worth paying someone to come out to do it. So like I said, the machine, on it, it says the word Honeywell all over it. This was one that was bought, I think 2010, 13 or something along that lines. And as you can see, Generac engine, Generac parts, the oil. This is actually an upcharge. This is the cold weather kit where they literally take it. It's just a heating element that goes around the oil filter and keeps it so it can run in the winter. You know, a lot of companies do this where they take it and they just rebrand it. But for the generator, simply you see this tube here? It's so simple. It actually says the word oil drain right there. Take this tube and you essentially run it down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a hole here next to the machine, and I'm going to put a cup down there and simply let the oil go into the cup and then drain it, put it into my catch pan, and just, you know, as it gets full, almost full, just lift it up, put it up here where gravity will keep it from going. And yeah, it takes some time, but you know, super simple. You could in fact get one of those oil suction systems where you put it down the tube like you do on a boat, just suck it out of the pan. But this, you just sit here and literally just wait for the oil to drain. Super simple. While I'm here, I'm going to take this battery, pull it out. I'm going to make sure the battery has water in it. That's what's used for cranking it. And you know, like I said, oil, the cold weather kit, simply this heating element that goes around the oil filter, and then there's a pad. I can stick my hand in there right now, but there's a pad underneath that battery that just heats up the battery so it doesn't freeze. You can see it's even for, you know, it's got an oil cooler here. So nice little system. I'm going to clean all these cobwebs out of here. This is where you obviously fill it at the top, check the level in there, air box, and I'll show you all that. And obviously the spark plug on this side is nice and easy. The other one is on the other side, and literally you can just reach in. And they made it real simple to do this. It's not a very hard process. So let me get started with that. So I'm going to show you the setup. I essentially dug a hole, and I have the shovel over the top just to hold it, the pipe down. So it'll drain into this cup. Actually just dug down a couple inches just so it's below the surface, and gravity will feed and fill that cup. One thing I forgot to mention is when you go to do this, you're going to be pulling all the oil out of the system, so you have to turn it to the off mode. So if the power dies out in that house right now, the generator won't kick on and start. You don't want to hit this manual or anywhere else. Make sure it's on the off position so it doesn't fire up. I'm going to be pulling the battery cable off, and anyway I'm going to be pulling this battery out, so I know for sure it's not going to crank regardless, but just to be super safe, I turned it to the off mode. Now this is with any type of battery. What you do is just pry up the little lid, and don't get any dirt in there obviously. Clean that off. Make sure it's cleared off. You gotta make sure the wells have water in them, as you see these two do. That last guy, nope. It's a little on the dry side, low, so I'm going to add distilled water. Very important, do not use tap. Distilled water. Keep this battery running and being fresh. So I've drained it now, and I've hooked the hose back up in there. The only thing I'm not going to show you in this video is how to take off the oil filter. It literally unscrews. Pull the, you know, the heating element off. Screw it. I have to still get the filter, but make sure when you do it, you fill it up the filter so it has a dry start, and then you screw it back in there. It's pretty straightforward. Oil filter wrench, usually they have ones that go on the end of that. Makes it real simple to get it in and out. Now I've already pulled the spark plugs to, wires on both sides just to make sure that, even though I have it in the off position, I'm going to be changing the plugs anyhow, so it doesn't matter, but just to make sure that while it has no oil in it, it doesn't fire up on me. But yeah, this is the process. Now I'm just going to literally fill it. Obviously check with the dipstick tube. I have 2 quarts. I don't know if it takes 2 quarts. I might need more. I don't know. I didn't look anything up. But my memory served me. I think it was like 2 quarts. But we'll find out and get that ball rolling. I'm going to clean the rest of the cobwebs out. I cleaned this cobweb out over here. I filled the battery with the water, distilled water. So make sure that's all good to go. All I have left is, I'll show you, it's real simple to pull this cover off. It's literally just one little clamp. Just pop off. To change the air filter, super simple. I'll show you. Hopefully I can do it with one hand. Fill in it, obviously, before you put a funnel in there. Dump the quartz oil into the machine. Spark plugs, it's a little bit tricky. I mean, a spark plug wrench and pop it out, or socket and pop it out. This side's super simple. There's nothing. The back side on the other end. You could do it blind, which is what I am going to do, because I pulled you can see I got the wire off to the side. You could do it blind. You can uninstall this back panel, do all that hassle, but honestly, put it down in there, use an extension, use a swivel, you'll be able to get that plug out. No problemo. And I'll show you when we're doing it how you put anti-seize on the plugs so that they don't, on the threads, so you don't get them stuck in there. Everything like that, and then I will show you. Job done. But here we go. So one thing I forgot to mention is, I bet people are wondering, well, how do you get rid of that old oil? What do you do with it? Dump it in the trash, throw it in a, you know, sewer or something? No, don't do any of that. Don't be mean to the environment. You could, at the time of filming this, you literally could take this to your local AutoZone, O'Reilly's, I think Pep Boys, and they'll take that oil away for you for free. No charge. So, real simple, put it in a container, take it back. I'm just going to put them back in the oil containers I actually used to fill the machine. Make sure I have the amount of oil that came out. It's the same way it goes in. And this way, you dispose of it properly. So now I'm gonna go do the air filter. I'm gonna check it to see if it actually needs to be changed, but see, there's a little lever on the side. Boom, boom, and it literally will pop up. You'll see there's little tabs in the back. I had to push it back behind. Here's the filter element. Let's see. How bad are we? Oh, we got a little bit of moisture and some filter's actually not horrible. So we'll see. I might just actually take this thing, use our compressor, blow it out, and get the heavy stuff out. We'll see. But I am, in fact, going to go wipe the bottom of that air box out. But this way it's clean. I don't have any nastiness going on. Next, I'll get working on them plugs. So I got the new spark plugs. Spark plugs for this one is a Champion RC14YC4. I bet you can find those at an auto parts store, but got it with the kit. Now, we're going to use a specially designed spark plug socket. So the thing that's specially designed is, I don't know if you can see inside there, but there's a piece of rubber so you don't break off the top of those trying to get them out. You see this thing's got a swivel on the bottom, you know, swivel in multiple directions for that back plug, which is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm probably not going to show it on the actual video, but for the front one, simple. Push it on, and I'm going to hook my ratchet up to it, and I could try doing it on video, but I have a feeling I'm going to take it off because it's just wiggling around. Obviously, you just screw it, and when I go to put the new ones in, I take some of my favorite stuff, Honesty's. Oh, the bottle's so worn. This stuff literally gets everywhere when that's mechanic knows. You look like the Tin Man after using that stuff. Just a little bit on the threads. You don't have to go hog wild. Don't be getting on the electrode or anything. A little bit on the thread just so it doesn't seize in place. And it'll get the job done. Next time you go to service it, it'll be nice and easy. The plugs will come right out. You won't have any problems, but go get that plug out and I'll show you what it looks like. Off camera, I went and loosened it. But again, when you're putting these in, you don't have to hog wild get it down there and, you know, use every muscle in your body to get it tight. It just needs to be, you know, tight, not hog tight that you're stripping the thing out and doing all this craziness. See what the plug looks like. Ooh, look at that, that ain't too bad. You know, online there are charts. They'll show you, you know, the condition of your plug. Again, this thing runs off natural gas, so it'll be a little bit different than automotive, but it's pretty much the same thing. Plug ain't horrible shape actually. I probably, to be honest with you, I could probably blast. I have a spark plug cleaner. I could probably just get a spark plug cleaner, blast it, gap this thing, and put it back in. But got the new plugs, so and I haven't done the maintenance for a while now. Gap don't look even horrible, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna go change them out just to be safe. You can see I got a little bit of anti-seize still on the plug. I think I might actually change these in the past, but yeah. And then there's the cylinder. So obviously you don't want to cross thread these. Finger them in there, and then, you know, little quarter turn. That's all it takes. The back one, a little bit questionable, but this spark plug thing, tool, get it right out and simple. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to try getting around the back. Can I? You can see, this is how I got it on there. Slipped it on, like I said, with the swivel. You can easily get that back spark plug out instead of having to take all this back panel off. Obviously, if you want to do all that work, you can, but most people are just lazy and they're going to just use a swivel and get it out. But that's how you get the back plug out, and I'll show you what the back plug looks like next. So here's what the back plug looks like. Let's take it out. Yeah, this one doesn't look like anyone ever changed it, to be honest with you. This might be the original plug. So I am going to go in there and change it. Well, I changed the front one anyhow, but you can see the little difference in the plugs. The gap, it's not horrible, to be honest with you, so I might clean these babies up and just use them as spares. Or dump them, I don't know. We'll see. So I've already gone through the menu to tell it to, I'm doing the schedule. Switch to off. It's off. Hours of protection. System. There's a bunch of random things you could do. I'm gonna just ignore all these. But I've changed it I've put in the what I did, which I did the Schedule B. It's all ready to go. I wiped the machine out, got rid of all the cobwebs, swept it out. It is ready to go. I just put this front panel on, turn it to auto, and it should be ready to go. I gotta figure out what I did. It should now be green, which it is, and it's ready to go. I'm going to wipe out this oxide, and hope you liked watching my video. As always, if you do enjoy watching it, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much.